Howdy heretics, I have breaking news from Belgium, because Jehovah Witnesses, God's one true religion, has been found guilty of a crime, and it's basically hate speech or discrimination. Because Jehovah Witnesses always try to pretend that this is a loving organization, and there's many Jehovah Witnesses are really nice people, but they also believe that if you're not a Jehovah Witness, you deserve to die, and your children deserve to die. And they use an example that, with Noah's flood, Jehovah, the God of love, killed every child on the planet, every single child on the planet. So they say that that's what a loving God do, and that's what happened to people that are not Jehovah Witnesses. And especially if you want to leave the religion, for whatever reason, you're not allowed to do that without punish. They say, you are allowed to leave, but we will punish you. That's not how reality works. You can't say you're allowed to rob the bank, but we will punish you. Then you're not allowed to do that. So a brother took Watchtower to court, pressed for criminal charges, and I can show you. This is Watchtower had their day in court and could explain. And they always do the same talking point. They always refer to themselves as a non-profit, 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 non-profit. It's a profit organization. It's just they don't pay taxes. That's not the same as a non-profit. It's a billion-dollar industry that use blackmail, shunning and blackmail as a part of their business strategy. So I left the religion, and my mother can't talk to me. And Watchtower say it's their choice. No, it's not their choice. We don't know that. Because the fact is, if she would talk to me, she would be disfellowshipped. And then my siblings would have the same dilemma. Should they talk to my mother? Because then they would be disfellowshipped. And my father would have the dilemma. Should he talk? So basically, it is stay in the boat or you will be punished. So that's an element of blackmail. That's what organized crime do. They say, you work for us because we have your family. That's organized crime. With a big smile, Watchtower have. So I'm glad they lost, and they have to pay 12,000 euro. And probably they will appeal this, and they claim this is about human rights and religious freedom. No, what about my religious freedom? Watchtower, hello. If I want to leave the Jehovah Witness religion, I should be able to do that without you slandering me behind my back. Because I was in the media and spoke about how Jehovah Witnesses violate human rights, about the Australian Royal Commission, all of these things. And I was disfellowshipped for criticizing the governing body. And Watchtower go out in media and say, well, we only disfellowship someone if they commit a serious crime, a serious sin. And they know that a normal worldly person, like all of my neighbors, all of my business associates, think that a serious sin is rape, theft, murder, something like that. So when they go out and talk about me and say that I committed a serious sin, that's some serious slander. Because I did not commit a serious sin. It's not a serious sin to criticize an imperfect human being called Jeffrey Jackson. If I'm punished, and my mother is punished, and my uncle is punished, and everyone is punished for me criticizing Jeffrey Jackson, that's not a serious sin on my behalf, but it's blackmail on the Watchtower religion behalf. And what about hate speech? I remember they referred to me as a decaying corpse. It's been in the literature. Brother Lush say that if you live with a decaying corpse, you will get a disease. And the same thing is if you have contact with an apostate. Well, I'm not a decaying corpse. It's not a nice thing to refer to me as a decaying corpse. That is hate speech. Try to change the word apostate with anything else. If I would say, if you live with a decaying corpse, you will get a disease. And the same thing if you talk to a Jewish person. Would that be okay? It would not. And Watchtower always cry if someone do something about them. And I always protect Watchtower, no, the Jehovah Witnesses, if someone do something about them. I don't hate the Jehovah Witnesses, even though I'm an apostate. I love the Jehovah Witnesses, and I over and over been standing up for their rights. But Watchtower have to realize that there's a place in the Bible that say that you should do to others what you want them to do to you. What you say? I'm not a native English speaking, but you know it's a most famous scripture of all. If you want people to be able to become Jehovah Witnesses without being punished, if a Catholic person wants to be a Jehovah Witness, he will not be punished by the Catholic Church. And you should behave better than the Catholic Church if you have any claim to be God's one true religion. So I'm not really sorry for Watchtower. Watchtower claim that it's a loving organization, but they refer to me as a decaying corpse. And if my mother talks to me, they will refer to my mother as a decaying corpse. And tell my nephews that their grandmother is a decaying corpse, just like their uncle. That is some serious slander, and I am very glad Watchtower lost in court. And I've been pressing for the same here in Norway, because hate speech is not okay. So I know the governing body is watching this. So just change. You could be the good guy. You don't even need new light. You just have to open the Bible, look for the places with Jesus, and listen to what he said. I don't believe in the Bible, but you do. And I heard you're even going to heaven and get married to Jesus. So the governing Jehovah Witnesses believe that the leaders are going to heaven and get married to Jesus. I hope they use protection, because Judge Rutherford have been there for a while already, tapping that. But that's a different thing. If you really believe you're Christian, you should behave nicely. And if you do that, you will no longer be convicted of the crime of hate speech. So, see you in paradise.